Welcome to a little show about basketball. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, welcome to Run Back. Look who's back from the, I don't know how many miles of airplane flying you put in these last month and a half, but Boogie
Diamond member.
is back. You are a diamond. Like, you walk into the airport and they're like, welcome.
Absolutely. Red carpet.
Love that for you. We will also hear Chandler. Womp womp. He's feeling a little bit under the weather.
Get better, bro.
Tough day to miss because today's going to be a fun one, guys. We had a game last night. And honestly, without trying to be too hyperbolic about this entire thing, probably the greatest game in the history of life. Guys, I could read off a bunch of stats. I could tell you De'Aaron Fox wasn't there. I could tell you Wemby had 41, 24, and 3 blocks. Dylan Harper, who had to start, 24, 11, 7 steals, and 6 assists. Or I could let you start telling me what you saw because there's a lot going on, Boogie. By the way, Steph Castle describing Wemby, best player in the effing world. I got no disagreement there, do you?
I can't disagree. It's a lot of truth to that, especially with the performance last night. I don't know. I don't even know where to really start with this. This guy put on a historic performance. He showed he's the most dominant player on the floor. He showed that he wanted it the most last night, especially more than the other bigs on the opposite side.
He tried.
And that's really where my issue is tonight. Like, despite the incredible performance by Wemby, I put this on Chet.
Really?
Absolutely. I think you have to step up and accept that challenge. That's his matchup. You know, there's no reason to be having your 6'3", 6'4" guards every possession guard him at the free throw line extended. You have to step up and accept that challenge. I think that's what changes the series for OKC moving forward. If not, this could get really ugly if that's the game plan every night as far as, you know, how we want to guard Wemby. Wemby is the focal point of their offense. Wemby is the X factor. He's the game changer. So you have to accept that challenge to be the game changer defensively. And the reason I'm saying that, because he does have the ability to do so. I didn't like what I saw. I felt like Chet absolutely.
Is he scared?
He tucked his tail.
Okay.
He tucked his tail.
Well, and say it then.
Like I said, he's way too good for that. But I put this on him. I believe they still had a chance to win despite the numbers. But defensively, the way he, you know, continued to kind of avoid that matchup, this is on Chet for me.
Chet got to find a way to get involved in this game, one way or another, whether it's going to be on the offensive end or the defensive end. He has to be some type of presence, and you got to read the room. You know, this conversation started as a rivalry. So when a man comes into your building as highly motivated as he is, and you got the MVP on your side, you got to do your part. That's part of the conversation. That's a big part of the conversation. So Boogie's right there. Other than that, I thought as great as Wemby is a player and as much credit as we give him, last night was a coming out party. That's what makes the playoffs so special, because you know you're on the world stage. Everybody's watching this. This is the matchup we wanted to see, and he didn't disappoint us not one bit. He was dominant on both ends of the floor. Every single time that OKC made a run, it was when he was off the floor. They shot 58% when he was off the floor, under 40% when he was 58% when he was off the floor, under 40 when he was on the floor. Jeez. I'm saying it backwards, whatever.
I got you.
But
we got you.
Just his presence alone, it just makes it easier for everybody around him to be able to do their part and play with confidence. Look at the night that Harper had as a young 20-year-old in this series.
It's incredible.
Tremendous start. Huge shoes to fill when you see a De'Aaron Fox go out of the lineup and you ask the young fella to step in instead of being a scoring threat off the bench. He steps in and do it as a starter and do his part. Castle had a solid night. That's where they're going to need that point guard, that presence. 11 turnovers to go with 11 assists at the same time. They kind of cancel each other out. But you want him to be more careful with the basketball. That's what Fox does for this team. But again, when you have a Wemby to patch up whatever mistakes that you make, that always gives you an opportunity to win a basketball game. And that's what you saw last night, man.
So remember yesterday, Lou, and I was like, that man is going to sit there and watch this other man collect some hardware that he rightfully thinks he deserves, and it's going to be a thing.
He was motivated.
And I said Spurs were going to win game one. Some say I'm a genius. I don't want to say that. But that being said,
they fought to win it. Like, let's be clear. Like, this wasn't it wasn't a whooping.
I mean, we had 2 overtimes. Like,
it wasn't a whooping. But what you said, Beto, you were right. And he confirmed it after the game. He said, yeah, I took it personally. And for somebody that finished 4th in voting, you would feel like he was the runner-up, how he went out and performed in this game. And so when you have somebody that takes so much pride in wanting to be the best player, that is a huge asset to have as your best player in the world, man, and on your team. And so all the flowers in the world for Wemby. I was able to see it last night in all 47 minutes that he did play. It was incredible to watch. And for me,
this is such an image.
Yeah,
such an image.
Super.
He's like, I'm here. This is it. Look at this.
That's tough. They got to frame that.
You are our leader.
You the man. You him. He should frame that right there.
He must 100%. Like everybody has a moment like when you feel like you've arrived. I feel like that's a moment for Wemby right there. Can I give you guys an interesting? Because I was thinking this last night, and Nick Wright wrote and shout out because I don't always agree with Nick Wright, but this was a good one. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon had to sit in the building and watch David Robinson collect the hardware for MVP, and his night that night for Olajuwon was a 41-16, 4-3-2 win. Last night, same exact thing. Wemby watches SGA win something he wanted, 41-24, 3-1-3. Like that is, I don't know. I don't believe in yes, I do. Who am I kidding? I'm superstitious and weird, and I believe in all that fun stuff. That to me is crazy. Never give the MVP award to the person if the other one thought he should have had it. We call it Mamba mentality. At some point, I don't know if that'll be called something else, but Boogie, it feels like this guy, this gentleman at such a young age, really is showing something that not everybody has.
Oh, he's special for a reason, and he's still young in his career, but I think this kid has arrived now. I think we're getting past the point of potential. Like, we're actually seeing what this kid is going to be right now in this moment of his career, and that's scary because he still has a lot of growing to do.
Yeah.
So, I think he's the perfect example of a young player coming in right now. The mentality, he cares about winning. It's not about the numbers. He cares about defense. Like everything you want in a young franchise player, he's the perfect example of that. So, he's that guy for a reason. The numbers show it, the performance shows it, the presence shows it, the impact shows it. He's the real deal.
He reminds me of a video game when you sort of you collect powers or weapons as you go, and he feels like he's doing that at a quicker rate than some. Like he takes direction well. If he does something wrong one time, he's like, okay, I fixed it, and that's to me, if I'm not a Spurs fan, probably the scariest part of Wemby.
He just knows how to play basketball. He knows how to impact the game on both ends of the floor. And to me last night, it was just a heavyweight bout. We could talk about numbers and stats and percentages and all of that, but for me, the San Antonio Spurs and the OKC Thunder, both teams were just lost in the game and just trying to make plays. Positive, negative. Like, if you look at the stat sheet, you can make a case, close your eyes, everybody played bad. If you want to look at the numbers, everybody played bad, but that's what type of game this was last night. Except Wemby. Except Wemby. Like, everybody just tried to make play after play. It didn't matter whether you made a mistake or whether it was a turnover. You didn't have the time to worry about those type of things in this type of game. Every possession mattered, and Wemby was the head of the snake for both teams. Look at what he did. Look at the impact that he made on the paint. SGA literally couldn't get in the paint for almost 3/4.
God, he was frustrated.
Of this game. He was frustrated.
Yeah.
He had to adjust. He had to make plays for other guys. I like the fact that they brought Caruso in this game early because they realized this isn't a series that Hartenstein is probably going to have the impact that he usually has, right? So let's put
that change up down the line?
Caruso was
that's gonna be something to look at. But even Caruso, the success that he had last night, people don't realize Wemby was guarding him in that deep drop. He's driving the ball, kicking it to Caruso, brush screening Wemby so he can't go out there and get block shots or contest it. And Caruso had some success with that. Like, everybody was just making adjustment after adjustment, and it all centered around Wemby and where he was on the floor.
An elite chess match.
Elite chess match.
I mean, it was beyond entertaining. I just want to show the pull-up three. Some are literally describing it. This is not me, and I'm not being sarcastic.
I thought this was a bad shot. I thought it was a bad shot.
What did you think? Like, as soon as he let go, were you like, that was dumb, or what? What did you think?
I said, ooh. I thought it was game for OKC because, look at this.
I thought that was a horrible shot.
Yeah, in a moment, we thought it was a horrible shot. Just understanding how the game goes, but
I can't.
Anything that we've learned to be conventional about this game, we got to erase it when it comes to Wemby.
That's a gutsy play, man.
Gutsy play. But
I was holding my breath.
Play after play after play, both teams, they just adjusted to each other. and they made it happen. They gave us a double overtime thriller. I'm excited for more basketball. I want 6 more of these.
Game 1 is a double overtime.
This feels like the finals.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you that. I mean, no offense to the Eastern Conference.
Cleveland
you guys
Knicks,
have some
y'all up next. Y'all got some explaining to do.
You better entertain us.
A standard has been set of the style of basketball that we would like to see with these Final Four teams and these matchups. Man, what a game.
I do think it's funny that there are a lot of folks who are like, this is the NBA final. And because also, and Lou, you said it yesterday, this is what we wanted from the beginning of the season.
Absolutely.
This was sort of the whole plan. This is crazy, by the way, because the lacking experience, and I'm not blaming anyone for this narrative, the fact that the Spurs don't have experience. Well, duh. They are the youngest starting lineup in conference finals history, the ripe old age of 22 and 346 days. I don't know. Normally, Boogie, I'd say, oh, this is going to be a real big problem. I've not seen them be rattled yet in any of this. They just seem to be very stoic and chill.
If it's a young team similar to the defending champs right now, it's this team. I mean, it's almost like twins at birth. Like when you look at these two teams and how they were formed and how their franchises kind of started with their groups, it's identical. I can remember when OKC's run started. They were the same way. It wasn't much experience going in, but these guys were never rattled. They showed the same type of poise that this young Spurs group shows. Like I said, it's pretty identical. But when it comes to this Spurs group, well coached, well scouted. I mean, they have a history of picking young players that know the game with high IQ. I mean, this is the Spurs history, so it's continuing to show.
Well, experience matters, but last night, again, the game was so entertaining that a lot of the mistakes were covered up because you didn't have the time to really relish on the fact that I made a mistake. Like, let's look at Harper, 8 for 20 from the field. 1 for 7, but he still was impactful. Castle, 11 turnovers, still was impactful. Champagne, 3 for 11 from 3, still impactful. Like none of that, the numbers didn't matter last night because everybody played their asses off and they just tried to do whatever it took to get over the hump. So the experience matters. If you're San Antonio, you have a lot of mistakes that you want to patch up so you don't even put yourself in a position to be in a double overtime thriller with this team. I think San Antonio had a game plan that was good enough to beat OKC last night and to win this game in regulation. But because of the experience that OKC has, they still gave themselves opportunity after opportunity to get there, and Wemby was just too much for them. So there are some issues that San Antonio need to fix and work on as a unit. They got to figure out a way to get Cornette involved in this game. Same way that OKC needs to get Hardenstein involved in this game at size. But if this is going to be a small ball series, it's going to be tough to sustain this way if these are going to be the numbers.
And you have to credit this Spurs group even more because one of their most experienced guards didn't even play.
Thank you.
So, I mean, even with the 11 turnovers from Castle, the fact that he's able to play through it shows the poise and the maturity of this young group.
They were learning on the fly last night.
Yeah,
I feel like we're watching them get the experience.
Like whatever the experience that they lack, I think they found it last night.
It's happening.
Like they're not gonna get a better Game 1 Western Conference Finals experience than what they got last night when it comes to learning and how to figure out things on the fly and to make adjustments on the fly and still be as impactful as these young guys were. So that conversation that was good yesterday is out the window now.
We're done.
The training wheels are off.
By the way, how wired are you? Because I was wired. Like
I'm ready for another game.
But as players, do you go back to the hotel? How many hours before you fall asleep? Are you exhausted?
You hate it.
Oh,
because
they were definitely struggling to go to sleep.
Yeah,
you hate it because man, I was just a part of one of the best games in NBA history, and I'm ready to hoop again. If you love this game and if you love competing at that level, these guys are dying to get back in that arena and have another opportunity to play.
I was wired and I could not fall. It was too much fun. You mentioned De'Aaron Fox not in and Dylan Harper got the start. Now, I don't know, we haven't gotten any word yet on De'Aaron Fox and whether or not he's expected to play in Game 2. I don't know. It feels like a good problem for Mitch Johnson to have because obviously De'Aaron Fox gets the start when he comes back, right? But you also do that knowing, all right, Dylan Harper's here and can handle it. Or do you tweak it and let Dylan play again because he's got the hot hand?
I think you put Fox back in the starting lineup.
Okay.
Like we said, Castle That's not his natural position to run the offense. He has some struggles there, but he also has some success as well. He had 11 assists to go with the 11 turnovers, but you put Fox back in that lineup because I think he steadies the boat. I think he gives them what they need from a point guard perspective. And if you have Dylan Harper coming off the bench, now you know you have a dynamic scorer and you have somebody that can give you that balance in two groups. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, the two runs that OKC made in the first half and in the second half, they were with Wemby off of the floor. They were with the second groups on the floor. So if you could insert Dylan Harper into that mix, I think that gives San Antonio a great balance to have to compete against OKC. So, Fox being back in the lineup, you got to give him the respect of having his job back. You don't lose your job to injury, and he's going to be just as impactful as Harper. But that gives you two dynamic guards that's on the floor at all times.
I agree. As great as Dylan Harper played, the Spurs bench did struggle from him.
Sure.
Starting this game, but you put Fox back in there. You need that veteran presence. Obviously, they struggle with the turnover part, so that's something that he automatically corrects for that group. And then you also get that scoring punch as well with Dylan Harper coming back off the bench. But the great thing is, let's say De'Aaron Fox is, not 100% himself coming back. You still got that threat coming off, and you can still insert him in that lineup and play starter minutes. So it is a great problem for the Spurs to have. But, to answer the question, you do bring Fox back into that starting lineup.
By the way, the fact that he's a rookie. And it was mentioned a few times in the broadcast last night because it's almost as if we're reminding ourselves. It's not even information able. He's a rookie. Again, I go back to that word experience. I don't know if this is a case, Boogie, of you don't know what you don't know, ignorance is bliss type thing, because that's kind of how I'm describing the Spurs. How is he so calm, cool, and collected as a rookie?
Like I said,
it's in his blood, first of all.
Well,
that's true.
Fair.
Let's start there. It's in his blood.
Also fair.
I want to credit the organization. Like I said, this is a group that have shown to pick these type of players over and over and over again. We can take it back to Timmy D, David Robinson, to a guy like Kawhi, to now this young group. I think it's credit to the Spurs organization. I think they're going to continue to guide these guys in the right direction. And the scary part about it is this kid is going to only continue to get better.
To be a rookie in this position and had a heart to go out there and shoot the ball 20 times, that's criticized on a lot of teams. Sure. For the San Antonio Spurs, I think it's necessary for him to go out there and get those jitters out and just play free. Take the shots that you are afforded, attack the rim when you're afforded it, and just live with the results of it. 8 for 20, if this game go any other way, we'll have a different conversation. Sure. But I think they needed everything that this young man brought to the table last night.
That to me is nuts.
So this is one of those games where the stats are the stats, but it didn't matter. I just saw two great teams out there hooping last night trying to make plays.
It was like a drug. Just inject that into our veins for 7 of these bad boys. Let's do a little Caruso talk. And before we do, I'd like to apologize to the family of Alex Caruso for all the things I was yelling at my TV last night. You
were quiet in the chat last night. You did not want to hang out last night.
Real big quick. No, everyone who knows me, they're texting during the game. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not going to respond during the game. And I'm sure as hell not going to be
that was the first time. You usually do text us.
We are now in a different place.
Yeah, we're in a different
world. I had to explain that after the game to some folks. Yeah, he had 31 points, 8 threes, and it felt like he couldn't miss a three if you paid him. Now, I don't know that you get this version, but also we've seen Caruso in big games show up.
Mr. Chaos.
He is.
I like that name.
Man, he is a special dude.
I like
in
that
these moments. Name. I do too, I think.
Yeah, like I said, Coach Dagnall, great adjustment by going with Caruso early in this game, recognizing early in this game that, hey, Wemby is in this deep drop. I need somebody to be a threat out there at the three-point line to put some pressure on this team. And Caruso was able to give them that. He made the first 2 threes of the game. I think he had the first 12, if I'm not mistaken. But just him coming in, understanding that Wemby is guarding him now, and he's going to have some space because they're trying to create. They're not trying to allow SGA lanes to get into the hole. And Wemby's kind of playing free safety there and understanding the ability to be able to shoot the ball. I thought he played great on the defensive end. He tried his best to make it difficult for Wemby to catch the ball, was able to get a couple of steals out of those posts.
He's getting up a foot.
And probably did the best jobs. And so he played a great game. But they got to find a way to get Chet involved in this thing. And Chet got to find a way to get involved. Whether it's going to be on the offensive end or defensive end,
Or God
But-
forbid both.
Yeah, but going into the second half and only having one shot attempt at halftime, like you just can't have that from one of your all-star caliber players.
I mean, it's hard to, obviously with Chet, he's not in the same position as a Wemby who's going to get as many touches, as many shot attempts. But like you said, defensively, with the ability that he does have, he needs to have a bigger impact on the game. And I think he has to accept that challenge. Yes, I think Alex Caruso, it's a good matchup in certain situations, especially when he's out extended on the perimeter. Yes, I want Caruso with that matchup. But anything from the free throw line in, that's automatically a Chet or Hartenstein matchup. So, like I said earlier, that's something that I would like to see next game where he steps up more to the challenge. But it looked like he tucked his tail, bro. It really did.
Is he going to untug it, you think? Is that...
I would hope, man. It's going to get ugly if not. I would hope so.
Yeah, he's going to have to find a way just to put something on the board. And again, whether it's Dagnall drawing up the first play for him or whether it's him posting up or something. If you're not going to guard Wemby, then obviously somebody else is guarding you. Wemby was guarding Caruso. So who was your matchup? You got to seek out somebody. The same way that OKC was seeking out matchups, they got to do the same thing. They got to do the same thing for Chet. And Chet has to want to be in that position to be that type of player. And I just didn't see it last night. I didn't love the fact that he really didn't stand out going into this game knowing that people were going to have a